See, that's another thing I would get in trouble for talking about, I assume, right?
Yeah.
What's Automata? Automata is always in the front of our mind. It's so cool, like I can't imagine that we had anything to do with it. I feel like there's a million and one things it could be, and deciding which of those things to do first is pretty intimidating, actually. So just trust that we have a similar affection for it, and that will eventually manifest itself.
Thank you. And in parting, a filthy word.
Why would he be bleeding out of his hands? What?
A filthy word from our carpool, cum dumpster.
That's a classic. It's aged.
Hey, I was here at the Q&A lab yesterday.
Yes.
You guys were able to sign me, and I got a hug from Gabe. I really appreciate it. 4 quick questions.
Oh.
They're quick. They're quick.
Byron,
I always
Presume too much, sir.
Trust me. I always love the 4-panel parts of PAX TV. So I was wondering, what's your favorite one to date? And if the show was back, like back in 2006 when you first started, which comic would you actually would love to, do a 4-panel part on?
I think that my favorite one is probably the one that we did recently, which was about...
Mass Effect.
Yeah, it was about Mass Effect. I think it was called Configuration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the Portal one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was
an interesting one.
Yeah, it was just like, that's some real talk. I mean, like, they just had the cameras running, and I think that it was presumed by Mike when they were taping it, and then by Robert when he saw it, that I wouldn't let anyone else see it, basically. But I feel like it's okay to talk about that stuff, and I feel like if you don't talk about that kind of stuff, then other people will feel like they can't talk about that kind of stuff, and then no one will talk about that kind of stuff, and everyone will think they're like everyone else, and they're not, and they'll secretly feel terrible. You see what I mean? Like, I feel like there has to be a better fucking system.
Right.
And that system is the top. Yeah, so as far as an old comic, what would have been great, but we have Lookouts. We actually recorded a podcast for when we made up Lookouts.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have a video of us putting together something like Automata. So I'd like to do...
It's okay, don't worry, I've got this.
This is a new style.
Everything's under control.
Any of the big projects, so we've done it a couple of years in a row where we basically made 3 big projects and then let people choose which one they liked the most. I feel like that process is something that we need to get filmed. Like when we try to make up something, 4th panel is mostly about making Penny Arcade and just the things that are going on. But when we're trying to make up something completely new, I feel like it'd be of a lot of use, especially for other people who are trying to make things that are completely new, just to see how other people do it. How you go from the ground up and what what are the basic ingredients in something like that. I feel like I think that's going to be interesting, and I feel like it would be useful.
And actually, the 4th question is merged to the 3rd question. I don't know if you guys watched Californication, Visit Dirty Jerry. Has anyone told you look like Charlie Rumble?
Yeah.
Who happens to be my favorite character.
Yeah, he's the king of Fuck Mountain, yeah.
Especially on this season.
Yeah. Yeah, I look exactly like him.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It really seems to get under your skin when you share your gaming experiences with the public and you say like, oh, I'm playing this and I like this aspect of it. And people seem to connect some dots that they make up and seem to think that you're getting paid to make these comments.
Oh, sure.
To what extent does that happen, and does that really bother you?
Yeah, it really does bother me. That's why I get so angry. No, I mean, I feel...
To shake it off, or...
Yeah, I'm not a very good person. And so, yeah, when I say something on Twitter like, oh man, Tara, I'm really having fun with Tara, and then the next 5 tweets are, oh, how much is NMAS paying you? Like, it just really bothers me, because Jerry and I have had this conversation. It's not like we don't have opportunities to do that. I mean,
That's very common.
People come to us and say, we'd like to pay you to say something good about our game, And so we kind of feel like all the work we do to not sell you guys out is shit upon when people say stuff like that. And it pisses me off. And I'm not the kind of person who just says, I'll let it roll off my back. I get mad.
Thank you for coming.
Person. I have two questions. One, what is your favorite comic that you've ever made?
Ooh, I thought about this ahead of time in case somebody asked me, and then I forgot. I had it just in my mind.
I think, well, there's a couple different ones that I really like for different reasons. I think one of the best comics that we've ever made, just in terms of, it's not even really funny, but the strip where there's like a little boy, Gabe, sitting on the couch playing games, and Tycho's very angry, and he sits down and grabs the controller, and he becomes a little boy Tycho. It's a Mega Man strip, but we took the text out of it for the print, because you don't need it. And
The text is not relevant.
for some reason, that strip, I think, is just perfect. You know, and like I said, it doesn't have to, it's not super funny, it's just perfect to me.
There's thousands of strips. It's really hard. Can you remind me of a strip?
No, you are completely on your own, I guess.
Man, oh man. Oh, the classroom was good.
Hope You Like Text is pretty great.
Hope You Like Text is like what happens when I take over the comic, I guess. Right? Do you remember this one? So it's like every panel is almost completely consumed with a text box until the last one that's almost... You'll find it. You'll see it. It's basically like a rant, something that would be in the news post, but it's like a rant that took over the strip. I don't know. I feel like it came out pretty well. Give it a try.
Okay. And my second one is, can you guys also sign my badge?
Yeah. I can.
Just bring it over to me.
All right.
Hey man, this is my second PAX, and I just want to say, last year before I came, board games for me, like, I didn't play any. I think like the hardest one I ever played was Risk, and after last year PAX, that's it. That's all I do.
Right.
I just bought Game of Thrones, the board game, like a couple weeks ago.
Is it cool?
The game's incredible. Yeah, it's like you ever play StarCraft board game? Yeah, it's imagine that, except it takes about a third of the time to set up and not nearly as complicated and doesn't take 30 hours to play, so it's pretty fun.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, so my question to you is there any board games that you play that are like really like over the top great? Because I only promised that if I'm one this entire convention, because I have about 200 now, and I basically play one of them like every day, but
Well,
you know.
the challenge, right, is going to be finding one you don't already own. It sounds like you're a lifer now.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. So have you played?
I exaggerated a little bit, but I don't have like,
Hey, listen. Do you have a Crokinole board?
I do not.
I think that you should get a Crokinole board.
Really?
So a lot of your games, it sounds like you're into grand tactical stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
Big games?
Yeah, a lot of.
This is incredible. Crokinole is basically a dexterity game. So it's a board game that you'll keep with your other board games, but mechanically it's a physical game. It's about it's sort of like multiplayer competitive shuffleboard on a round board. It's something else. You should check it out.
Have you ever played Inevitable, by the way? It's a board game that you have out to demo, but it's actually not for sale because it's really old.
Yeah.
Really disappointing. It's a post-apocalyptic election game where everyone's trying to increase their stats to overthrow a supercomputer in the middle by getting enough votes. But the political parties are like zombies or playboys or like a giant corporation. The game makes no sense. It's absolutely incredible. So if you guys are down in board games, it's definitely one you should pick
Yeah,
up.
you'll see us down there.
There's one old yellow ratty box.
Nice.
Thanks guys a lot.
See you, man.
How you guys doing?
Good.
My second PAX, love it. Will be coming every time. It's the only vacation I get every year. This year it actually happens to fall on my anniversary, so I dragged my girlfriend. And the only reason I got in line was to request that you veto all ponies. That's it. That's the only reason I got in line. I found out about drones last year when I had one in my car. And I think I kicked him out on I-90.
That's hard. It's a hard man.
That's
Yeah.
my second PAX. East
Thanks.
Coast Philly represent. Philly. So I'm here to ask you the tough questions.
Oh yeah, that the mainstream media refuses to ask.
Exactly.
The lamestream media.
Question one.
Yeah.
Mike and Jerry, are you ass guys or breast guys?
See, so this is wow. I am a face guy.
No, this is true.
It's not a joke. I'm not saying it to get out of the dialectic. Like he does not understand me at all.
I'm gonna go ahead. My wife's watching. I love boobies. That's like my favorite thing. And so there are times where, oh, Jesus, a lot of people in this room. They'll say something like that, and you think, all right.
Yeah, he's trying to. It's a cover, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell that story. Never mind. No, he's telling the truth.
And second hard question. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses? I want you to really think about this one.
Listen, I don't like fight questions, and this is an example of a good fight question. It's got the surreal imagery, right? And you can hear that sort of quack neigh in your mind. You're selling it. You're selling it.
And one last bonus question. Would you rather go without cheese or oral sex?
That's like Sophie's Choice.
Well, it's like these if a tree falls in the forest. I mean, how do you answer that? Like all cheese?
No cheese on pizza, no mozzarella sticks, no...
So how are we fixed for like milk byproducts like a yogurt or a cottage cheese?
No cottage cheese.
Okay.
I would go without oral sex.
Good answer. Thank you for your time. This is a great event.
Pleasure, thank you. What is this? Some bread? Yes.
So yesterday I was at the Q&A and someone mentioned Tim Buckley and you guys seemed very affronted. So
I think he is an affront.
Well, that's actually my question. I was wondering if there exists any sort of beef, and if so, what is the nature thereof?
There's no beef. I mean, we've never met him. Just in general, I think he does bad work.
I don't want any part of that. Hello.
I have a question about your characters, actually.
Fire away.
Do you guys ever get bored of your characters? Because I know you've been drawing them for a number of years, and do you think they're outdated in any way?
Like visually?
Yeah, like do you ever get bored of them or change?
I would love to answer this question.
No, I mean, I never get bored of them because I'm changing them a lot. Like I think that if I was still drawing them like I did in 1998, then obviously, yeah, that would suck. But like I'm doing this new thing with Gabe, this Snaggletooth. I love this Snaggletooth. Like, it just makes him look so dumb and happy. And I don't know. This new Gabe face. It just now I'm ready to draw him for another couple years. You know, like there's always little tweaks to the characters that I'm doing that maybe a lot of people don't notice, but keep me happy drawing them.
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, I remember because there was a period where the two characters looked very similar. And I can remember, I think there have been times where he was sick of it. And then when he's sick of it, that's when it has to change, right? So I remember when you decided that they had to have different jaws. I remember this was like your revelation.
Well, they had to have different silhouettes.
Right, they had to have a different outline. And I remember him like just going at it, like going hard with all these different faces, trying to find the right way to make them distinct. So I think that he has been safe before, but then he shifts it.
And can you guys show me pass?
My font is actually not in here. I'm not doing Comic Sans. Like, it has to be there. I did this last year. Papyrus, you're a criminal.
Wingding.
Wingding it?
There's no wingdings.
Alright, first off, please excuse the exceptional shittiness of my beard. It's in a state of regrowth.
I can barely see it from here. Magnificent.
Thank you. Second of all, I'm really hoping that someone hasn't asked this question because I showed up late here and I missed the Q&A yesterday.
Fire away.
But are we ever going to see Acquisitions Inc. on the East Coast?
Woo! I would love to. We've been talking. Last time we talked to them, they seemed amenable to getting that stuff going again. Probably part of because they're remaking D&D essentially.
I was in the playtest.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, how was it?
It was fun. I can't say anything more though.
Oh,
I don't want to get my
it's all
ass.
under NDA, isn't it?
I don't want to get my ass sued by Wizards.
Even you saying that it was fun is probably a crime. It's crime thing. But anyway, I think that we'll probably end up doing something else with them, but I'm not sure when in the year it would fall.
And the second thing I'd like to ask, would you guys, not so much my past, but my
butthole.
my PH1.
Oh, sure. I'm gonna give you another fake game because I think that he is hard at work. Like, delicious. Alright. Let the adventure continue.
Alright, so there was a really badass chiptune playing before the panel started, and I was wondering if either of you or anyone had any idea what it was called. I asked the guys in the sound booth.
So it was during the
kind of like bassy, like right before the panel started.
Oh, that's hot as hell. Yeah.
It was. What was it called?
It's less talk, more rock, but the talk is, I think, T-O-K-K, and the R is R-O-K-K. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh yeah, you can play that. That riff is like the highlight of Western civilization.
Awesome. Also, I was wondering, a question for you, as a fellow logophile, how often do you find yourself lowering the level of your diction to be able to communicate with people around you?
Never.
Do you often get asked, like,
Never.
what are you saying? You know, and
I speak this way to my 2-year-old daughter.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. God, that's classy. That's tasteful.
I was just wondering, I have 2 questions. One, yes or no, elaborate if you want. Is Robert Koo some kind of horrible necromantic golem? Because the man doesn't seem to stop ever.
I think in the model, he's the necromancer and we're the golems.
And the second question is, there's a lot going on with esports right now. There's StarCraft 2, there's League of Legends, there's all that going on. Have you guys looked at that, watched some of the streams, just
sure.
an interest?
Yeah, I actually, I enjoy LOL streams more than, I enjoy watching anybody play a game, because I like games and I like to see how they play them, but I derive a lot more enjoyment from LOL over StarCraft because it's like a team sport. For whatever reason, I see there's more people acting, right? And they're working together. I mean, I have a natural, sympathy for cooperative play, you know what I mean? And I like to see the team compositions and stuff like that, see the interplays of powers, but I definitely watch those streams. Whenever I see them come up on the site, I definitely watch some HD streams.
Thank you.
That's bad.
Hey guys, second tax here, so I'm not sure if this was ever asked. If you could move the PA offices and where you guys are living and such, where would you go if you had to move out of Washington? If you had your choice of anywhere.
Well, then we had.
Do you want any kind of punctuation here?
No. It's just it's all caps, no punctuation. Trust me, don't worry.
People use punctuation for a reason.
I don't come down to the bus station until you have got your comic strip. All right, we're moving on. Anyway, what the? You can't really win. You can't really win against him. He actually has a computer. We had this fantasy. If we could move it anywhere in the world, we actually made a strip about it, where there was a place that was selling an abandoned missile silo, and it projected like 7 floors underground, and it all had ventilated living spaces. Exactly, that's where the Decro came from. Like,
Oh, I thought,
there's no question.
I didn't think that was serious.
Oh, it's quite serious.
I don't really know now. Thanks anyway, guys.
Oh, no sweat, man. No sweat.
Really hot, you know.
Thank you.
Greetings from New Jersey.
Hey there.
I have a request for a future comic, something we have not seen in many years.
Let me grab my phone. Yes.
For Jerry to draw part of it.
Oh.
You see it? I'll be done here in a minute. You sit down, draw away.
Okay, I can handle that. I can handle those tasks.
Thank you.
No sweat.
Okay, I had a couple things, then they all got said already. So I'm down to 2. This is my second PAX. I'm enforcing this year because I'm crazy. And thank you for making this happen.
Our pleasure.
You guys are awesome.
It's fun.
The second thing, don't know if anyone else was at the Q&A last night and was wondering if we could actually get an answer to this question. I believe the exact question, Q refused to answer this at the Q&A last night.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I believe the question read, I always see you around PAX, like, outside of the Q&A, and you always look really fucking sharp. Where do you buy your suits?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Oh, he wouldn't tell you where he bought his clothes?
His suits, very specific.
Is that a thing? Is it like... I mean, he didn't invent the suit. No, I
don't know where he did.
It may surprise you, but I do not shop with Robert. Let me tell you what I brought here. I brought this pair of pants, 1 pair, and 8 shirts that look exactly like this. Robert would cry if he heard that. He would cry.
You didn't even bring anything nice to wear on Easter tomorrow?
There's no God. There is too. Listen, you fucking crazy bastards. I have your potato, do you understand? I have it with me. It's never in my science lab.
Observational testers for aperture testing and observation. And we're here to make sure that you are still safe. We heard that you were fearing for your safety. Do you still have your safety implementation devices?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Show your safety implementation device?
First of all, I'm insulted by the question. And second of all, it's inappropriate.
Frankly, you do not have your safety implementation device. Another one will be provided to you at this moment.
But
Your safety is complete. This concludes our test for today. Have a good day, and remember, safety second, science first.
So yesterday, I had a policeman following me around because I didn't know if Paul Cristoforo was going to jump out of a garbage can at some point.
Like a raccoon?
Yeah. And so now that we know he's not here, I no longer have the escort. But yesterday, trying to explain to a police officer why 10 people dressed in white lab coats are surrounding you and then give you a potato to wear. Like, you guys are lucky he didn't draw his gun.
And the funny thing is that I had it. I had the potato, and then I was like, ha ha, funny joke, clip, clip, throw it in the back. They found found me later. And I did not have it, and they shamed me. And they opened up a case and gave me a potato. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They found me on the exhibition floor.
oh no, I saw what they found you and I ran.
No, I
We gotta be in this together. We're against them. We're one team, okay? This is one of the teams. I'm sorry.
Hello from Canada.
Hi there.
Hi. My husband and I are expecting.
It's just the three of you?
It is just what's going to happen, yes.
What are you expecting?
We're expecting a boy.
Oh.
Hopefully that's how it turns out.
A human boy, how nice.
A human boy. Or a monster. Sure.
We'll find out. It's gonna be exciting.
Our question for you as parents, what do you enjoy most about sharing the gaming culture with your kids, and what are you most looking forward to about sharing that with your kids?
Well, you know, because Gabe's a little bit older. I mean,
for me, I can tell you a dad story if you guys want a minute. So my son is, my oldest son is 7 now, and he's 100% hooked on Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, we have a Penny Arcade server that he plays on. He plays on some public servers that I've sort of scouted out for him. But he was playing the other day, and he built a lighthouse with a glowstone in the top. And I said, that's pretty cool. Is there any way that you could make it turn like a lighthouse? You know, that was my sort of challenge to him. And he was in there for a couple hours, right? And I came back in, and there's nothing in Minecraft that just rotates, right? There's no piece that he could put in there. So what he did is I think they're like pusher blocks, like there's a switch that makes something push, right? So he had created a system where there were pusher blocks in each corner that would push the glowstone from side to side. So each time it went to a different corner, the next block would push it to the next one, would push it this way, push it to the side, it would rotate around. And it was all built with red dust and trigger plates. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, you hear about people saying, oh, you have to limit the amount of time these kids play, but he built a fucking lighthouse. There's no way I'm going to limit that time. Absolutely not. So yeah, that's my proud dad story.
Just a quick follow-up. Any suggestions for what we should name our spawn?
I think there's going to be no shortage of suggestions. The suggestion so far is. Oh man, I'm sorry. Naming that's like the most important thing in my life. I mean, I spend a lot of time thinking about naming. I could not take that from you. I'm sorry, I couldn't do.
Suggestion.
No, that's not work. Inappropriate. That's not going to work.
Let's use a middle name.
Yeah. Here we go. Just S. Everyone was S. What's the S stand for? My parents are nerds. My thing you should do is you should choose a name that has sufficient destiny. So I chose my son's name because it sounded like a name that would be on the cover of those really lucrative beach books, so that he could sustain me in my dotage. So I feel like you have to make the long-term plan. It's like my daughter, her name is Ronya Quinn, and I thought that was badass. Her destiny is a destiny of conquest. And so I wanted to make sure that she had a name that could sustain her through what is almost certainly an arbitrary and bullshit universe most of the time, right? So you're arming your child with this name, and that's why I can't do it for you.
Hello again. I spotted you in the wild yesterday.
Yeah, in the
Yeah, in the wild. A wild Jerry.
That's been up here.
Yes. Yeah, all of a sudden until like we left, and it was like maybe 2 hours later where it hit me. I was like, holy shit, that was Jerry.
Say why.
You can draw
It was like Tycho.
It was the Tychos, as they say.
The type chosen one?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I forgot my question. It happened again. Like, oh my god. Actually, question is for Mike.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, very perfect timing. I stopped by around the Nintendo area and I saw the Skyward Sword comic thing that you drew. And
Oh, do they have it here?
Yeah, they
Oh,
have
cool.
prints of it.
See, we've never seen it printed out.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. And I was wondering if you were like going to do any more of that. If Nintendo said anything.
Yeah, if Nintendo asked me to take any more of their beloved properties, I would be happy to do that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when that project came up, you can't say no to it, right?
Yeah, pretty much on the print it says how Nintendo approached you.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to do anything else with them. Yeah, absolutely. Metroid? Ooh, how cool would that be?
One more. Can I get you to sign my?
Sure. New laser cell.
See, I actually have to write what the things are so that you know.
Yeah, it looked like an elf. All right, next question over here.
Someone took my question again. What's up? What's going on?
Just hanging out.
That's cool.
All right, over here.
I'm a huge fan of Anarchy in your strips, and I love her as a character, and I noticed that she seems to be like a younger, opposite gender version of Psycho. I was wondering if there was any plans or any thoughts of including a younger, opposite gender version of Dave.
Boy, that could be fun. I mean, what's interesting about Anarchy is she's actually based on my niece, who is maybe here? Oh yeah, there she is. That's the real Anarchy. But she ended up being Taiko's niece in the comic. Yeah, kind of young Gabe. That's terrifying. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. We'll think about it.
Because the relationship is already set, right? The relationship is already set between the kind of like, for lack of a better term, like energy that Gabe has and Tycho has, and the reason it works is because they play off. Like if Anarchy had
A friend, yeah.
scale, this younger friend, that could be a blast.
Yeah, I mean, what we do with characters, like, I don't know, there's characters that I like, but what I tend to like are the relationships between characters. So I really like the way Anarchy and Gabe interact. Like when they were baking the Dickerdoodles and like that kind of thing. Like the two of them together I think is really fun.
Maybe they can make the vagina snaps.
Vagina snaps, yeah.
Another question, this might be kind of ballsy. Can I get a picture with one of you guys, either after the panel or now or something?
Tomorrow we'll be doing signing, pictures, whatever you need from us.
Awesome, thank you.
Within reason, I guess.
Hello.
Hey.
You might recognize me from yesterday. I gave you a comment, but you kindly read aloud. My girlfriend is in the audience today.
Oh.
She's making me wear this as punishment for the badgering comment. What I have is, one, I'm actually going to be meeting with James Portnow later today. I got his business card the other day. I can actually text him or something and let him know that you guys would actually like to do guest art for extra credits and stuff if you want to.
Sure.
And the other thing is, this is actually more of a technical question. I noticed, because I'm way too observant, that you're using Intuos.
Yeah.
Your tablet. And my girlfriend and I have been discussing this. I recently got Intuos myself. Why don't you use a Syntec instead?
Yeah, I mean, Scott uses a Syntec, and so he's got one in the office that I've a pretty good hand, actually. And I've played with it a little bit. The reality is that I learned on a tablet, you know, and so I actually feel more comfortable now drawing this way. And moving to the Syntec, it doesn't save me any time. So I actually prefer this. The devil ham? I don't know. Alright. Good?
Hey, I'm here from Pittsburgh. I have a question about League of Legends.
Do my best.
Yeah. So you guys still play, right?
Yeah.
I remember you guys drawing yourselves as Wukong and Leona.
That's right.
Which is cool. Do you guys have any, did you draft pick or blind pick or what?
Draft pick. Sometimes it's fun.
Do you have any people that are like particularly, you see them in game and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jesus, if I see a Fiddlesticks, I hate Fiddle. Yeah, hate Mordekaiser.
Oh, I love Mordekaiser.
I hate to fight him. Okay, who do you hate?
I hate to see.
Yeah, like if you're going in the lane, you're going top lane or going middle.
Or not.
Oh god, what a monster.
Or got that little robot fucking 4-leg thing.
Blitzcrank.
Fuck that guy.
I know, I hate a lot of them. Anytime I get beat by a hero, that hero is bullshit, overpowered,
It's OP, not balanced.
and needs to be taken out immediately.
Alright, fair enough.
Thank you. Is that it? Is our panel over?
This is a question mostly for Jerry, sorry. So, since I got a Kindle, I've been reading a ton. The person I've been reading the most, for whatever reason, Neil Stephenson.
Yeah.
What are your favorites?
Sure. You wondering where to go next? I would start with Gene Wolfe.
Yes!
Science fiction that you can read without shame. You know what I mean? Crazy big ideas, never talks down to the reader, awesome stuff. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.